Dylan doing all the magic work on camera for us behind the scenes. Hope you're enjoying this pleasant weekend and you've had a very, very enjoyable Christmas holiday break right now. Getting set right now, we take a look at the final game, and we'll start with the visiting goaltender, Nick Peters for the Coastal Tsunami, come from Powell River. Nick has played 11 games, he's got a record of 11-15 through 28 games played. Goals against 88, 3 shutouts, goals against 3.41, and his save percentage is 0.910. And his counterpart for Chilliwack, Jovan Dillon. Jovan Dillon has played 9 games, a record of 9-6, and 1 shootout. The goals against 3.86. And we're officially underway for the last game of the 2024 Winter Classic. So the Coastal Tsunami wearing their blue teal colored jerseys. They throw this one all the way back in. That was Dolan that ripped it in off of the far left side wall. Chasing it back around. Good forecheck on the play right there. Now we have our first penalty of the game. 23 seconds in, we have a high sticking penalty. And I believe this penalty is going to be going against the Coastal Tsunami. When we take a look at the standings in the league right now, we're looking at Abbotsford Pilots through 36 games. They've got a record of 18-15, 3 overtime losses for 39 points on the season. 523 penalty minutes. Take a look at the Coastal Tsunami on the other extent. Coastal Tsunami, they have played 35 games, a record of 15-18, 1-1. 32 points for 1,028 penalty minutes. So from the knob, went all the way over the far left side corner. Heavy fall going against the wall that time. Waiting for it as Dolan picks back up and gets involved in the play. Now they go back the other way again. They shoot it off of the wall. All the way over the far right side again, and Williams grabs it. Waits inside the zone one more time. Good play to throw it back in by Grabinski. Grabinski's calling for it again. Now he rolls back out to center ice area. As he goes back, stays with Dolan. Dolan's pinned against the boards. Waits, good defensive back checking by Grabinski this time. Now we're looking from the back end. Grabinski out to center, down the far left side. He got around this Nordby this time. And it's easily intercepted again. Kosh in front of the penalty box area. Kosh is a trailer. Gets control. As Kosh goes in, Williams is in there as well. Williams right side, takes a huge shot. That shot was actually blocked by Jackson, and it rolled wide on the far side. Still pressing inside. Williams fights for it. Williams calls for it, gets control. Williams takes his time, dangles this one back inside. Huge shot right through the keys. Rebound, able to put this one back in, but what a chance on that one. And they had to be alert. Williams pulls it back, roll off the heel of his stick, and it was all the way back down close to his own blue line. Actually, now it's inside his own blue line by about 30 feet. And the Pilots just settling things down. They're on a power play for 28 seconds. That was an early minor penalty that the Coastal Tsunami took. They ripped this one back all the way over on the far side. Storbo has control. Storbo cuts inside. Good plays. He got it back up to Dornan. Dornan unable to hold on to it. Now we go back the other way inside the zone. Icing waved off. It's back behind the line again, and picking this one back up going after this time is Sullivan. They wait for it. Sullivan lobs it straight forward. Off for the wall, grabbed at center by Storbo. Storbo throws it inside. Coming in the inside this time is McDonough. McDonough called for it, unable to get control. Now it goes back to Dornan. Dornan rips a shot, deflected off a stick that time in front of the goal of Edwards, and rolled wide. Edwards continued to pinch back in. Storbo goes in front. Edwards is out in front now, and it goes back the other way, and they reverse it back up ice. Tsunami, Nottingham. Goes in, rips a shot, stopped, blocked, and it was booted all the way back out that time by Dillon. Dillon read the play very well, and Anderson's the backup goaltender for Abbotsford. Cleared inside again. Grabbed by the Pilots, out to center to Storbo. Storbo give it back to the middle part of the ice to Dornan. Dornan back to Storbo. Shot off of the wall, out to the neutral ice area. Nottingham picks it up and hustles his way inside. Nottingham back around. Walker comes in, gets control. Walker off of the back of his stick. Nottingham's out in front, unable to get control. Now it goes wide to the outside again. Nottingham is at center. Eckenbrack is inside his own blue line for Abbotsford, about 10 feet inside his own blue line. Now Eckenbrack goes in, trying to cut the lane off this time. It'll go back the other way over in the far right side corner again, grabbed by Storbo. Storbo to Eckenbrack. Eckenbrack, nice sliding pass on the far side. And he's going to leave this one back inside again. The first one chasing it inside is going to be Eckenbrack. Icing is waved off. Good aggressive hustle on that one to negate the icing call. Johnson goes after his man. Penalty coming up right now by the referee. You're going to see what the call is. The call is going to be a minor penalty for tripping. And this penalty is going to be going against Abbotsford. Look to see who's getting the minor penalty. Sits in the penalty box. The stick was inside the lane that time, a little bit dejected. Eckenbrack was the one that's going to be assessed that penalty. And as he sits inside the penalty box, young man comes from Chilliwack, BC. 28 games played, 5 goals, 6 assists, 11 points, 12 penalty minutes, and 1 power play goal as well for Bradley. So a power play for the Tsunami. Tsunami, they hustle their way inside. Centers it, it rolls over on the far left side again. It's grabbed by Williams, and Williams throws it down the far side. As they hustle their way in, Kosh comes in, takes a shot. Huge save on this one by Peters. Peters gets another stop and holds on to it. Gives it back free to his own man this time, and it rolls wide over the far side wall. And as they hold on to it, Nottingham bumps with Kosh at center. Grabinski steals it. Nottingham stays with him. This is dished back down. Nottingham got the better part of him this time, and Grabinski's slow to get back up. Gets up, involved in the play. A minute 15 left in the power play for the Tsunami. Working across the line, carefully played to stay onside was Nottingham. Nottingham is wide open. Stinson has control. Stinson goes deep, takes a huge shot. Big rebound of this one given up that time. And Dillon had to be alert and read that play. Mind you, they opened the lane up so he could see it. Off of the wall, far right side. Parks unable to clear it back out, so he'll turn. He'll go back after it again. Parks gives a back pass inside his own zone. Dolan breaks, goes back the middle part of the ice. Lukakis comes down the left side. Lukakis is the trailer. Far side, looks, rips a huge shot, scores! A power play goal! Lukakis hammers this one back in with 36 seconds left in the minor penalty. And that'll put them up right there by 1. Lucas Lukakis. Young man comes from Gibsons, BC. That's a homegrown boy right there. Let's take a look at the rebound. The replay, they set this one all the way back up. Heads up, goes down the left side. Now watch the cross pass all the way over on the far side. Good play to set it up. Nobody took charge of him right there, and he just buried that one back in. Young man's got a birthday coming up, January the 9th. 5 games played, 2 goals, no assists. Now he's got 3. That was a huge, huge goal right there for the Tsunami. Power play goal. In front, they're trying to turn and get control. Now they throw it out to center. Weinberger had it for a second. Back pass inside to Dornan. Now Dornan goes wide to the outside. Dornan takes a high shot off of the shoulder this time. Diving at it was Peters, and Peters has to be alert and hold on this one. As he holds on to it, Stefani comes in, pushes a couple players out of his way, so nobody's going to go in and challenge Peters. Huge play on this one right there, but what? That was a fast start right now. Peters having a quick discussion with the goaltender, pardon me, the referee. There you can see the counterpart at the other end is Dillon. Govan Dillon. Back to live action. Takes a shot, blocked, knocked out of the way, glove hand pass, picked back up by his own man, and Stinson turns, goes behind the net. Stinson bumped off the puck by Norton. Stinson caught an edge, fell down. Pearson comes inside, out of his way. Pearson on the left side. As Pearson goes back down, huge high shot taken by Stinson over top of the net by about 40 feet. Stinson goes after a second time, and they're going to try and grab this one. And Weinberger got control and holds onto it. Weinberger looks, heads up, over center. Clears this one back in, got away from Nordvie. Nordvie is off on a change. Fast change in that one right there. Now he comes back out, quick shift, hit Pearson, deflected. Icing is waved off on the deflection. Left side, now it's still inside the zone this time, and Sullivan had control, still has it. Sullivan looks, trying to feed it back all the way out to the middle. Fedrow was a trailer. He continued to come inside, taking off the puck that time. Edwards stayed with his man. Dornan goes inside, and they grab it back behind the net one more time, and Payne intercepts it. Payne misplayed it. Feeding it back out. Nice shot to give it back out to Jonah. Jonah had a chance. It rolled wide. Back involved in the play is Dornan. Dornan gets up, stays with Jonah, who is wide open. Penalty coming up right now. So we've had a couple of penalties. We're going to have a cross-checking penalty, and I believe this one's going to be going to the Abbotsford Pilots. Minor for a cross check. So we'll see who's going to be getting it. It's going to be going to Lincoln Edwards. Lincoln Edwards sits in the box. Young man from Abbotsford, BC. 20 games goals, 10-2 record for 12 points. Watch the play coming in. Referee called him. There was the cross check right there that got called. A little bit of a late call, but the referee made the call and got it right. He's got one power play goal as well. This is cleared out the center. And the Pilots explode. Sias comes in. Sias cuts to the middle. Goes back down. Now will we have a penalty or a penalty shot? I'm curious. Just a penalty. I was getting excited. I was expecting a penalty shot, but he caught an edge, took him back down. And this will even him up. 4-on-4 right now. Trippy minor penalty. Going to the sin bin is going to be Cade Starr. Watch the replay, and it'll go all the way back down inside their own zone. There was a trip right there. Stick right in the lane. Cade Starr from Carry the Kettle First Nations in Saskatchewan. If you're listening in from Saskatchewan, welcome to our broadcast. Cage has 1 goal, 10 assists on 11 points, 1 power play goal as well. High shot taken, deflected wide. Cage actually has a birthday coming up on January the 10th as well, so early happy birthday wishes to the young man. So we are playing 4-on-4 hockey right now. 2 penalties separate each other by about, I'm guessing, maybe 13 or 14 seconds. I'm partially blocked out by the plexiglass in front of the clock. So on the far side, they'll hustle their way back down. Stinson goes in, misplayed it, goes the other way, and Johnson steals it. Far side, inside the zone, trying to feed it back. Sias gives it back to Johnson. Sias goes after this one, and they turn inside their own zone, and Jakubowski held onto it. Jakubowski threw this one inside. Parks comes in. Parks takes a shot. That was blocked. And the Pilots getting all the way out to center ice area. Johnson down the right side. Johnson inside again to Sias. Back to Johnson. Johnson goes over in the far side corner. A couple players pushed and collided. Now it goes the other way with Payne having control. Payne to Stinson. Stinson in the center part of the ice. Far side, throwing it back in. Delayed offside, now nullified. They tagged up and cleared the zone. As they tagged up and got the zone back, now we go back the other way, and Sullivan gets over center. Sullivan, right side, rips a shot. Big stop on this one right there by Peters. Peters held on to that one. Nothing only too serious transpiring. Now take a look right now. The backup goaltender for the Coastal Tsunami is Morrison. And the backup goaltender for Abbotsford, there he is right there, young man. Thanks, Dylan. And the backup goaltender for Abbotsford at the other end of the bench is Cole Anderson. There they are. Want to give them all credit where credit is due. Tsunami turn inside their own zone. Nottingham had it. Nottingham scored the opening goal in the Prospects game out in Langley when he was playing. Ripped around the wall. They'll see if they can pick this one back up. Dornan comes in. Dornan gives this one back all the way over to Sullivan. Trying to get it back. First one coming inside, going after it's Nottingham out of his reach. Now they go the other way. Abbotsford on a power play for about 15 seconds. Working their way inside. Dornan takes a high shot off of the boards, and it bounces back out to Paul. Paul to Sullivan. Kicked back out again by Morrison. Pardon me, Peters. High shot over top of the net. They'll chase this one inside the zone again, and Koch comes inside. Starr comes back on the ice. Goes in, gets control, grabs it, and gets a second time. And this is lobbed all the way back down. A high clearing play back down the ice. Off on a change is Starr on the far side. So Tsunami having a change. 5 off, 5 on. Easiest way to have it. Bengal goes in. Storbo's on the right side. Out of the crease to fight for this one was Peters. Back behind the goal again. They grabbed it. Stinson out to center. Intercepted on the steal. And Storbo gets a shot right on target. And Peters has to be alert to hold on this one. So Nottingham is listed as the alternate captain for the team. Realistically, they do not have a captain. He's as the alternate. So Williams is the captain for Abbotsford. So they'll come inside for the draw. Waits going back against the boards was Jonah. Jonah got it back inside after he threw it back. He got it back a second time all by himself. Now on the far side, Eckenbrack reaches for his man. Turning inside their own zone is Stinson. Stinson down the right side. Sidesteps a check that time from Bengal. Stinson goes in, catches an edge. Penalty coming up this time going against Abbotsford. And the goaltender Peters is out for the extra attacker. Going to be a tripping penalty, and they're going to be questioning and debating the call. And I believe this one's going to be going, it's going to be going against Mason Fitzsimmons. So Fitzsimmons will sit in the box. Young man comes from Chilliwack, BC. 24 games played, yet to score a goal in the contest tonight. 4 assists, and this is our half-period timeout right now. So welcome to our broadcast. Hope everyone's enjoying the call for this afternoon's game. See, they're trying to figure out whether they're going to find some water for the referees or not. They were trying to think about it, but debating. So there's still a bit of a discussion inside there. So we've got 9:37 left in the opening period. (11-5). Shots on goal in favor of Abbotsford. So the faceoff's going to be in the corner again with Nottingham coming inside. Nottingham squares himself up. Nottingham against his counterpart number Williams, number 11. Both number 11s took the draw. They cleared this one all the way back down. Walker reverses play and comes inside his own zone. Now Walker turns, goes over on the left side wall on the breakout play. Tsunami. Far right side, up over center ice area. Stinson's a trailer. Walker gets it on the drop pass. Walker goes back inside, gets away from Williams. Back inside the zone and chasing this one back around. Trying to get control that time. Just a little bit out of his reach, and it was dished all the way back down. Parks couldn't get control. So they throw it inside the zone. Good long dump out play that time by Stinson to get out the line. It was kept inside the zone by Williams. Heavy check throw, and now we're going to have a penalty, and a couple players come in. A little bit of pushing and shoving. The linesman going in, separating everybody. The one coming inside to help out and sort of offer some assistance is Hudson Kosh. So the referee had the penalty. And I believe this penalty is going to be going against Nottingham. Minor penalty for boarding going against Nottingham. So Nottingham sits in the box, comes from New Westminster, BC. Got a birthday in January 26. He's got 121 penalty minutes so far and 3 power play goals through 35 games. So 8:56 left in the first. 4-on-4 hockey. They turn. Johnson takes a shot. Blocked and stopped and booted back out. Peters got a piece of that one. Back at the line. Unable to finish it back up. Now it's inside with Sullivan going inside. Sullivan goes after it. Grabinski's in there. Rebound, stopped and booted back out again. Dillon got a piece of that one. That was close. That was just a real solid defensive play, but what a break-in on the steal. Going back down for the Tsunami. Up to center, across the line. They go inside. Stinson takes a shot. A one-hopper, and it goes against the boards, and Dornan comes inside. Starr is a trailer. Starr waits for it. Now Starr goes back out towards center. Him and Jakubowski, the two out in D. Starr's replaced. Jakubowski pinched back inside. They're going to grab this one, and Grabinski will hold on to it. Grabinski glances up at the clock, knows there's about 25 seconds left in their minor penalty, and then they're going to be in a power play. Have a lot of time on the power play right now. Grabinski looks, takes his time, staying right in front is Jakubowski. Grabinski holds onto it. Dangerous move as he cuts back in front of his own net, goes wide to the outside. Grabinski back down. Johnson's inside. Grabinski to Johnson. Johnson misplayed it. This was picked back up by Payne. And Payne lobs it out to Parks at center. As he came out of the penalty box there, it was intercepted by Abbotsford. Now they go down the left side wall inside. McDonough takes a high shot over top of the net. This is intercepted by Johnson in the corner once again. Feeding it back the line. Good play to get it back out the line. Trying to finish a shot back off as they hustle away inside. Heavy check throw right at the blue line area. The one that was upended that time was Stinson. Stinson gets back up. Dornan takes him off of the puck a second time. Just have the tendency to get a real physical game out here right now. So the minor penalty for Nottingham is getting set to expire. Now we're going to have a penalty. Another one. And this is going to be a cross-checking penalty. So this has all the tendency of extremely physical. And the one going to be sitting in the penalty box is going to be Sullivan for a cross-check. So this will play 4-on-4 hockey again for about 5 seconds. So Sullivan comes inside. Some of the family and friends don't like the penalty calls, but that's the rules as put in place by Hockey Canada. And the officials, we should make mention, are all being supervised by supervisors from BC Hockey. So Stinson's on the trailer. Lukakis comes in, gets it to Stinson. Stinson a back pass. And the minor penalty for Nottingham has expired, so the Tsunami on a power play. Nottingham breaks inside. He's right in front of the goal. Stinson waits. Shot taken, blocked and stopped again by Dillon. Big rebound, goes over in the far right side corner again. And they pick this one back up. On the back pass to Stinson. Stinson goes in. Walker comes inside. Also coming in is going to be Nottingham. Nottingham turns, circles behind the net. Lukakis comes inside. Lukakis couldn't get control. It was out of his reach. Now he slided right through. Stinson got it through on the far side. Taking the shot on traffic was Walker that time. Walker got this one back through. That goes up over top of the head this time of everybody at center. And the one that had misplayed it was Walker. Walker stays in front of the far side. Koch shoots and scores! Koch gets it on a steal. And that'll be a shorthanded goal for the Abbotsford Pilots. So that will be a goal for Hudson Koch. Wants the break in right there. He just continue to press inside. Knocked off of the stick. Koch continues out of the corner, cuts to the middle, goes wide to the outside, and just continues to stay focused and stay with the puck. Now they go the other way. Jakubowski inside, shot, scores, a quick goal again. You talk about trading goals, and that will be a power play goal. So we go from a power play to a shorthanded goal. What a play and what a setup. So Fitzsimmons come back on the ice. Now here's the replay going back. Watch the other way. Just a quick pass all the way over on the far side that time. And Jakubowski should be credited with that goal. As Koch got the previous one. Literally, it's like they're trading positions and trading goals. Trying to get it back out. Heavy hit going against the wall this time. Play carries right on. It's at center. Stefani gets it, a backhand shot. Got it past Fabro. Over on the far side wall, going after this one's going to be Paul. Paul comes inside. Waits. At center ice area. Fedrow down the right side. Fedrow throws this one inside. Edwards comes inside. Edwards stays with Atwood. Atwood gets it back a second time. Turns, lobs it all the way out to the neutral zone. And Paul stays with his man. Back pass over in the corner. They still fight for it, trying to grab it. Upended in the corner was Foster. Back on the left side again. Over to Pearson. Out of his reach. Pearson goes in, tags up, nullifies the offside and clears his own. Now it goes the other way and Williams fighting for it. Williams, Jackson, Fedrow. Neither one can pick it back up. Sullivan took his man off the puck. Sullivan, Pearson collided. Now the puck is still inside the corner. Shot stopped, booted back out. Heavy high shot taken this time. And it was off of the blocker that time of Peters to go over in the corner. They still fight for it and pinching inside, going after this one's Pearson. Pearson gets it back to his own D-man back out, and Payne keeps it onside. Payne in the corner. Jackson's wide open. Shot through the crease. Rolls over the far side wall, and Paul trying to clear it back out. Paul's on the defending end. Jackson comes inside. Paul stays with his man. Jackson goes out in front. Paul stays with him. Shot blocked and scrambled and goes back to the far side again as they're trying to fight for it and get possession. Pearson upended. Pushing over on the far side on a change. And the Tsunami. More of a pushing play. A lot of garbage behind the scene. Especially on line changes. neither team are playing angels. They want to get advantage and take what they can. Now it goes the other way. Out to center, down the left side wall. Lukakis comes in. Back to Starr. Starr goes after this one, grabbed by Eckenbrack, and Eckenbrack couldn't clear this one back out. Now it's on the far side boards, and Costa holds onto it. Costa back around out to Bagnall. Bagnall left side, working their way inside is Eckenbrack. Eckenbrack gets it off his skate. Backhand shot in front, stopped and booted back out. Big rebound, stopped twice by Peters. And it's still over in the corner on the far side. Now it goes behind the net, intercepted and stolen by Stinson. Stinson back out to Lukakis. Lukakis at center. Lukakis is a trailer. Parks in there. Parks heads up. Wants to see who's wide open. Sides it back to Stinson in front. Takes a shot. Missed the net by 1.5 feet. And it goes the other way with Bagnall picking it back up. Out to Stinson, and Stinson intercepted. Pass was initially intended by Eckenbrack, but it was out of his reach. Now Nordal, he throws it inside. Nordal comes inside. Dolan goes after it. This is dumped to the neutral ice area once again, and the Tsunami hustle their way back down with Stinson coming in. Bumped off of the puck that time by Grabinski. Back pass, Grabinski. The clearing play was intercepted that time in the far one by Walker. Walker keeps it inside. Parks comes inside. Parks goes after it. Stinson takes a shot off of the back wall, and chasing this one back around is going to be Walker. Walker gets the better part of his man. Also coming in to help out was Sias. Sias took him down. He finished the check off the last time. This is just lobbed back down, and Dolan couldn't get control, but they go back inside again. A heavy high shot that time by Walker. Bounced over in the far side corner, and going after this one's going to be Sias. Past everybody down the ice over top of the stick this time, and Johnson's the first one inside. Johnson goes in. Peters gives the back pass over on the far side, and it rolls out to the neutral ice area again, and intercepted by Jonah. Jonah for the Pilots. Jonah looks, picks up some speed. Dolan stays with him. Jonah over center, right side corner again. Johnson comes in, and it goes the other way. Out to Dolan. Stopped it. Dolan still fights for it. Brought back off. Fitzsimmons comes inside. Out to center again, and Johnson goes after it. As they throw it in, Foster turn, went on the far side. Atwood back out to Nottingham. Nottingham turns, reverses, goes on the far side, now sets it back up. Trying to see back up, and he'll set it up from behind his own net this time. Looks to see who's coming on and who's going, especially who the open one is. Now they go back around the wall. The clearing play attempted, but it was intercepted by Estefani. Shot kicked back out again by Peters. Koch works his way in. Far side, and it's knocked loose and went wide. And it's right on goal. A couple players come together. The lines will move in and separate everybody back out. Got about 1:11 left in the opening period. And the Tsunami are leading by a 2-1 margin. On goals from Koch and Jakubowski. Pardon me, Lukakis and Jakubowski. Koch got the goal for the Pilots. So the Tsunami, now we have a bit of a pushing play. I'm going to see what the call. I think we're going to take a penalty. The referee just saying enough is enough, knock it off. So the penalty is going to be going for Fitzsimmons. We said it was going to be rough, and it is, and he got 10. So Fitzsimmons is going, I think he's going to be going to the dressing room for the remainder of the period. So somebody better escort him down, because he's going to be going between the benches right now. So I think this is going to be 5-on-5 still. Just a misconduct penalty. So as he's going to make his way down. Fitzsimmons gets a 10-minute misconduct penalty only, that's all. So neither team will be shorthanded for that penalty. So Mr. Fitzsimmons comes from Chilliwack, BC. 25 games entering today, 4 assists, yet to score a goal. He's got 38 penalty minutes as well. So this will just be a misconduct penalty, and the referee is over talking to the coaching staff for the Coastal Tsunami. Lets them know what's going on, Brad Winfield. Talking to them, Ben Nottingham, one of the assistant coaches as well. Jared Craig, the head coach for Abbotsford. Corwin Koch out there. Goes down inside the zone again with 1:02 left in the opening period. Right side boards. They'll pick this one back up as they grab it. Long shot over on the far right side wall. They'll go after this one. Thomas comes inside. Thomas still has control. Starr gets control. Starr unable to hold on to it and keep it on side. It goes all the way back down inside his own zone with Atwood on the far side. Now they reverse the play. Jonah comes in. Jonah throws it right side corner. Doing a good job forechecking is Dornan. Dornan stays with his man. Walker tried to get control. And this is cleared down the ice. And we'll have an icing call. So no change on that one for the Coastal Tsunami. On the icing call. Let's take a look. Watch this play right here on the bench on the far side. Bit of a tripping contest right there. Parks is going off. You can see him. Fitzsimmons is not a happy camper right there. As he go off, a lot of frustration on. I don't think he expected to get a penalty, or he probably expected maybe they'd each get a penalty, which was indeed not the case. From the draw, they pull this one back out. Dornan goes after it. Trying to get it back to Jonah. Jonah is there, waits in front of the penalty box area. Jonah intercepts it this time. Jonah stayed with Pearson. And it's back over in the left side corner, and Dornan throws it back off of the wall. Funny bounce off of the back stanchion this time. As they set it back up behind their own net. Thomas forechecking for the Tsunami. Out to center, down the far side. Dornan comes in. Looks, Dornan takes a huge shot, missed the net. As this shot goes, the buzzer goes. And period one, an aggressive period number one, we should make mention, comes to an abrupt conclusion. And both teams on the same side of the rink. And again, they're chirping right now. This has all the makings of getting extremely so volatile and explosive. So this is the final game for the Winter Classic. And the officials have their hands full. So you can see the Coastal Tsunami going back down. Alistair said something, I don't know what he said. Some people clapped, some people booed, somebody hollered. So we go back around as the Tsunami make their way down to the dressing room. Years back when this used to happen, these type of things, what would happen is the one team would go, especially when they're both going off, the linesman would go between the teams just to make sure there was no problem to go to the dressing room. And I guess that's out of the rule book right now. Or just, it's sort of a, I guess, a procedural thing. It's not necessarily in the rule book. So the teams are going to take a bit of a timeout. And, of course, I mentioned earlier on, after the one period of play, goal scoring in the first period. Lukakas opened the scoring at 5:15 for the Coastal Tsunami. Power play goal from Stinson and Parks. And then we watched the Pilots come back and tie it up as Kosh got his 19th, which was a short-handed goal right there. That was at 13:51. And then the third goal in the first period, Jakubowski got a power play goal for the Coastal Tsunami, his 10th of the season from Nordby and Dolan. And that's all they wrote in the first period right there as far as goal scoring. Take a look at the penalties. I'm just on an account right now. Pilots had 5, and so far I can only see 3 listed on the scoring summary right there for the Coastal Tsunami. I know the last penalty assessed to Fitzsimmons was a 10-minute misconduct at 18:49. So we're going to take a bit of a timeout. I was expecting a guest, but we're going to take a bit of a timeout and come back with either a guest or the call for period 2 right after this timeout. everybody, welcome back to our broadcast for the final game for the 2024 PGHL Winter Classic, coming to you from Richmond's Mint Arena. Special shout out to good buddy Jag Lawley, who is listening in. I think he's been bad before he has to go party tonight, as well as Mike Bordigon for filling in or helping me in the previous game, as well as Jamie Setsford yesterday for coming out and gracing our broadcast location, just to give them a little bit more exposure, which we greatly appreciate. Always nice to promote the younger people coming up. So we're back. No penalties on the clock, but it's not going to stay that way for long. Heavy check throwing back at center ice area. It's all the way over the far right side boards, and they'll grab this one. Out to center. Stinson threw it back inside. Stinson got it back all the way over the far side corner, and Costa comes inside. Costa couldn't get control. Now they go back the other way again as they grab it. They hustle their way back down the far side. Good play at an angle. This one inside again, and going after this one. Staying in front of his own net this time is Edwards. Edwards over on the far side wall, gets control. Edwards is there. Stinson goes back to his own line, and they throw it inside the zone on the far side with Fedrow. Fedrow comes inside, long shot taken, huge save, big rebound, and that one given up. But what a stop on that one by Peters. Peters come out top of the crease and challenged the shooter, and got that one. So this is ripped off of the wall. Over on the far side boards is Jonah. Waits, back to Edwards. Edwards looks, lobs this one in, a one-hopper. Goes all the way over in the far side corner, and Payne is there. Waits. Payne couldn't get control. They throw it straight forward this time. Nice forward dump-out play that time by Stinson. And it's still inside the zone. Back to Jonah. Jonah throws it back inside. Out of the net to stop this one is Peters. Peters leaves it for his own man. Now they'll take their time and go the other way. Trying to set it back up behind the goal. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Tipped inside the right side corner. Lukakis comes in. Lukakis goes after this one. Jonah stays with it. Waits. Now they grab this one again. They throw it out to center ice area. And as they hustle their way back down, Sias comes in. Sias stops, turns. Out to center. They go back the other way, and first one inside is going to be Yakubowski. Yakubowski slides it to the far side, and Park just narrowly missed that one. In front again to Lukakis. Shot taken, blocked. Lukakis wide open. Now it's knocked out of the air with a high stick. Waved off. It was picked up by the opposition this time. That was Kosh. I'm talking about one team picking up, the other one getting it. Now they go back inside. Yakubowski takes a huge shot. Stop. Big rebound. This one given up this time by Dillon. And it goes all the way back out to center with Jackson holding on. Jackson far side. Nordby throws it in. I have to say I really love the uniform for the Tsunami. I actually like all the uniforms for all the teams in the PGHL. Very classy. This is throw it inside. Payne's going to go after it. So as Payne picks this one back up. They turn behind the net. I do have a guest after the second period. I've got Larry Krause, who is going to be, he's the supervisor for the officials. Kept inside. They shot this one off of the boards. Out to center, unable to hold on to it this time. And as they walk the line, they work it inside as Walker. Walker looks, gives this one straight forward over to Pearson. Pearson gets taken off of the puck. Play carries on. It gets picked back up again. And they throw it all the way out the center ice area. And down inside the zone. Icing called. No change. Johnny on the spot. The officials right on top of the line changes. And I applaud that. So you can see the coaching staff for the Coastal Tsunami. Far side, Brad Wingfield, the head coach. Ben Nottingham. Ken and Fruity are the coaching staff and the assistant coaches. Jared Craig with Abbotsford. Corwin Kosh and Ben White. Crystal Lee Walchuk is the trainer. I always have to give the trainers credit. I know the trainer for Lauren Rungby for the Tsunami. Throw this one back inside again. Right side wall, trying the back around play this time. Dornan goes after it. Grabinski couldn't get control, but Grabinski gets it at center ice area. Throws it straight forward. Dornan couldn't get control. Past Grabinski. Goes back behind the goal as they hold on this one. Grabbed by Costa. And they hustle the way back out the center. Good play to go back down the far side. McDonough works his way in. McDonough looks fan on the shot. Roll off the heel of his stick. McDonough goes back inside the corner, and Starr picks it back up. Starr fights for it. Waits. Sets this one back up from the back end. Good play back to Dornan. Dornan got the shot away. Now Dornan's going to pinch back inside. Stinson throws it over on the far side. Now Stinson turns and comes inside. Stinson couldn't get away from Starr that time. Starr got upended. This is a high roller back inside the zone, and going after this one's going to be Grabinski. Grabinski almost had his pass intercepted this time, by Lukakis. At center, is Stefani, bump with Grabinski. Far side again, looks fan on the shot, got the shot away, and Weinberger had a chance right there. Now they go the other way, back up the center. Parks goes back down. Shot taken again in by Jakubowski. Jakubowski's logging lots and lots of ice time out there tonight. Got a big stride. I like what I see in him. Left side, they cut their way inside, going and bumped off of the puck on the far side by Dornan was upended. And it goes back down inside the zone. Costa comes inside. Costa out the center, throw it inside. If they tag up, it'll be nullified. They did exactly what I mentioned. Stefani's the first one inside. Coming inside, and Storbo stays in front of his net. Now Storbo's on the far side. Breaking down the left side is McDonough. McDonough up over center ice area. Past Storbo. Storbo couldn't get control. And the Coastal Tsunami. A long lob pass out the center. Goes inside the zone. Swatted straight inside the zone by Foster this time. Foster going after his man. Now goes back out again to center. Eckenbrack had it. Back to Storbo. Back to Bagnall. Bagnall back. Behind everybody, back out again. Eckenbrack kept it in from the left side blue line area. Also pinching inside is Sullivan. Sullivan just narrowly out of his reach this time. Couldn't put his stick on it. Goes over on the far side wall again. It's picked up by Jackson. Turning right side, keeping it back inside again. Good reach to go after this one by Storbo. Storbo works his way back inside. Left side, Walker goes after this one. Out the center, Sullivan picks it back up. Sullivan grabs it. Looks, couldn't get it as a Bagnall. Now we go back with Stinson hustling his way in. Stinson, Walker. Stinson rips the shot. Touchdown, scores! What a seeing eye shot. Thread the needle, baby. And Happy New Year comes early right there for Storbo as he just hammered that one home. Storbo's first of this game. Now watch the play as they hustle their way back inside. Watch Storbo. Clear shot just inside. And of course, if you were going to say anything, you'd clearly say, I'm not a goaltending coach, but you would have to think that Dylan probably a little bit too far inside his crease. Way back inside the crease. That's what they always tell you. Go out the top of your crease, cut off the angles. Down the far side again. Edwards comes inside the left. Edwards goes after it. Paul couldn't get control. Now rolls back out. Federer had control for a second. Throws it over on the far side. And the Pilots back to Paul. Walker couldn't get control. Nottingham comes inside. Tipped off of the stick this time. Icing was waved off. It actually tipped off of the stick of Federer. So Federer goes in right on the outside of the post and went back over in the corner on the left side this time. As this one picked up. Continue to fight for this one. Atwood comes in. Atwood stays with his man. Nottingham comes in to help out as well. Back around again to Atwood. Atwood, a long, high shot right there. And as it goes up and out of play, so we'll have a stoppage of play and a face-off. Going to see where they're going to take the face-off right now. I think they're thinking about taking it inside the zone. They are. There you can see the coaching staff for Abbotsford. Jared Craig, Corwin Kosh, Ben White on the bench for the Abbotsford Pilots. So Kosh comes in, pulls it back. Good win on Kosh. You got it back to Costa, who throw it inside. Sias goes inside. Sias is out in front. Couldn't get the puck back to him. It was off the back of the net. They swatted it loose. Still bouncing around. Now Sias is going to go after this one, but instead of that, leaves it for Johnson. Back to Costa. Costa, far side, slides this one in front again. Edwards couldn't finish his shot back up. Now they go back from the knees. Sias comes in. Kosh takes a shot. Kosh gets another shot. Sias is in there underneath the pads that time of Peters. And Peters has to get himself back up and get involved in the play. Now they go back down the far side. Stinson goes in. Stinson takes a shot. That was blocked and rolled wide, and Sias grabbed it. Sias gives it back to his old man. First one going inside was Thomas, and this goes up and out of play. So somebody gets a souvenir. So we can get a shot. I can get Dylan to get a shot up on the camera up on Sawada jersey way up on the roof. If you get a look at it right there, Ray Sawada, we had a tribute to him. He passed away, a young man that was a Burnaby firefighter, played hockey for the Richmond Sockeyes, and Ray was an exceptional player, went on to have a professional career, sadly passed away, and he is really, really missed by the Richmond Sockeyes organization. Thanks, Dylan. Back all the way out to Atwood. They turn and go inside the zone again as Kosh has control. Kosh bumped off of the puck by Foster. They go on the far side wall as Johnson trying to get control past him. And will we have icing? Sure we will have an icing call with the face-off back down inside the zone again, all the way back for Abbotsford. So we talked about the goal scoring. So far, we'd mentioned about the penalties in the first period. So far, we look in the first period of play. There you can see some of the fans on hand to take the game in, coming over from Gibson Seashell area, supporters for the Coastal Tsunami. So the first period, the Tsunami had 4 penalties, as did the Abbotsford Pilots. So far, there have yet to be any in the second period, and I probably talked too quick. Now they go back inside the corner. Huge high shot ripping right on him. Peters stops this one. Now, just when I said there's been nothing happen, we might have one. Referee says, go away, take a face-off, and that's the most exciting thing that's going to take place right now. And I don't know how many times I keep sounding on broken record saying you're not going to win in the penalty box area. Coaching staff for the Tsunami over on the far side. I really applaud all the teams. They brought a fair amount of fan support with them throughout the entire previous 4 days. Well, counting today. So they're going to take the draw. They won it. They pulled it all the way back that time. Nice win on the faceoff draw that time by Johnson. Johnson has it over in the corner. Sias is out there. Rolls to center. Jonah couldn't get control. Grabinski turns and slides it straight forward. Now they go across the line. Sias works his way in. Cautious on the far side. Sias over in the far right side corner. Gives it back over. Johnson trying to get control. It's kept inside by Grabinski. Grabinski threw it straight forward. Cautious there. Now they work the other way. Yakubowski comes in the trailer. Not going to grab it. This is a little bit wide of the crease this time. Dillon had to be alert in that play. And it's still in the right side corner. Waits, Kosh, shot stopped again by Dillon. Dillon going to hold on that one and get it, but the shot right now, despite the fact that the Tsunami are up by 3, they find themselves trailing 18-13 in the shot department. You can see the young man playing goal. The young goaltender, Mr. Jovan Dillon from the Abbotsford Pilots. By listening to being entertained by Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll. So from the draw, goes back in, and Paul picked it back up. Paul out of his own zone, up the center. Paul straight forward, giving it back out to Dornan. Dornan goes in, trying to get it back to McDonough on the back pass, and they go the other way with Parks grabbing it. Parks, right side, going inside. Yakubowski is a trailer. On the far side, shot. Lukakis got a shot away, and it rolls up the line. It's kept inside the blue line area by Stinson. Stinson had control. Now they work it back across the line. First one in is McDonough. McDonough goes wide to the outside. Weinberger is a trailer. Shot off of the stick that time. Funny deflection. Dornan couldn't get control. And it goes back to Yakubowski. Parks is coming inside. Yakubowski got the puck back that time from Lukakis. Shot taken, rebound. Right side corner again. High slot. Huge shot taken that time by Stinson. Narrowly missed the outside bottom post. Stinson comes in. Cross pass. Stinson goes after it. Gets control this time. Parks threw it back to him, and Stinson just got this one back past McDonough. Centering right through the crease. Dangerous play right there, and this is where they really have to be alert to know what's going on. Back to Stinson. Stinson shot stopped again by Dillon, but they shoot and they score. Just a matter of time. You just knew that was going to happen. Full Fitzgibbons comes out of the penalty box after serving his misconduct. They go back, give a little bit of tap on the pads for the goaltender. Watch this pass as they set it up. Tip, big rebound, and there was the rebound right there. Not going to mistake in those one. They just tipped this one back inside. And that one again should be credited for Lukakis. Wait for the official announcement. It is Lucas Lukakis, his 4th of the season from Star. Star's parents, family listening in from Saskatchewan. Thank you very much for tuning in. Shot blocked, penalty coming up this time, going against the Coastal Tsunami. We were talking about Cade Starr earlier on, coming from Saskatchewan. Make mention as he comes from the Carry the Kettle First Nations in Saskatchewan. My father grew up in Big River, Saskatchewan. With him growing up in Big River, it's real interesting because he actually played hockey years back with Jimmy Nielsen, who went on to have an exceptional career in the National Hockey League for the New York Rangers. Back down the ice, inside the zone. It was grabbed and blocked. And they turn as they hold on to it. Pilots reverse the play. Williams behind his own net. Back on the far side, up to center ice area. Sias goes back down. Sias cuts inside. Looks, goes deep to the line, trying to get the shot away. It was blocked and stopped. Couldn't finish it back up. Now they go back the other way again. Back to the captain, Williams. Williams cuts inside. Williams is a trailer, trying to feed it back around out to Sias. Out of his reach. And it goes the other way. Nice play to go back the other way again. And it's still fighting forward inside the corner with Atwood coming inside. Back at the blue line area. Long shot taken by Grabinski. Narrowly missed it and deflects up and out of play again. So there's about a 1:11. If I glance at the clock, I'd partially see it. Yes, 1:11 left in the minor penalty that Jackson is serving inside the sin bin. Of course, Jackson's penalty was for tripping. Minor penalty. Fitzsimmons got the misconduct, which is over and done, so now he's back onto the ice. And there you can see the young man sitting in the sin bin, Jackson. Glancing at it, Sullivan on the left side again. Sullivan passed it back around. McDonough got the shot away. Funny high shot over on the far side, and Starr picks this one back up. Starr comes inside. Turning. Back the line again over to Storbo. Storbo back out to Sullivan. Sullivan comes in. Now we have a penalty called right now, and this is going to be a penalty going against the Abbotsford Pilots for interference. And he got 10 as well. So 2 and 10. Referees have said, I've had my fill. So the one going to be going in the penalty box is going to be Edwards. So Edwards chirping like a canary inside the penalty box area. Lincoln Edwards comes from Abbotsford, BC. He's got 26 penalty minutes, 1 power play goal, and now he's got a whole bunch more penalty minutes. So watch the replay. There was a play right there called by the referee way back at center ice area. A little obvious call. The referee back at center. Just so everybody says, well, why is it called by the referee back at center? He had a better view of it. A direct view looking right at it instead of looking from the back end. So the coaching staff for Abbotsford Pilot wants to know what's going on. Referee is saying, sorry, but you've got to put somebody else in the box, serve the minor penalty. So they don't have the 2 minutes on the clock yet. So they have to put 2 on the clock, which I'm waiting for. And as of yet, they have not done it. Now it's up there. And everybody thought my eyesight wasn't all working that well. 9 minutes left in the middle period. Tsunami up by 4-1. Pilots. Stretch pass out to center, knocked back down. So the penalty, Edwards got 2 and 10. Left side, Dornan comes inside. Parks couldn't get control. Now he eventually throws it straight forward, and Starr picks it back up. Just talking about Mr. Starr. Out to the center again. Long shot taken over top of the net that time by Parks. Parks had it, and he was in a little bit too much of a hurry. Stinson. Right side, cuts back the middle. Stinson gets it away this time from Dornan. Shoots, scores! There you go, right there. So that is not a power play goal. They're playing 4-on-4. And Stinson gets his second of the game. That'll be goal number 12 for the young man for the season. Now watch this picture perfect setup. As he takes his time off of the right side, cuts back to the middle this time. Going in, high shot just over top of the catching glove. Nice shot, that was really well timed. So from the dot goes back over the blue line on the left side this time. Starr back again to Stinson. They're killing seconds because they've got their minor penalty getting set, and then they'll be on a power play. And they are right about now as Jackson comes back on the ice. Out to center, clearing this one inside. Pilots tag up, nullify the offside. And the Pilots up by a 4-1 margin right now. Pardon me, this Tsunami are up by a 4-1 margin. Parks, Stinson looks, thought about giving it back to Parks. Carefully played, good reach to keep it onside, right on the line that time by Walker. Parks comes in, pinching into the blue line is Stinson, rips a shot, that was off of the blocker. Tennis style swing, it's knocked out of the air. And it was grabbed, and as it was knocked out of there with a high stick indicated by the referee, clearly an indication for a high stick, and the same team picked it up, so possession, and they have a face-off inside the defending zone. 7:36 left. middle period. Shots 18-17 in favor. You can see some of the fans coming in to take the game in over here, enjoying the contest. You would think expecting summer would dress like that. Dylan, I'm cold just looking, and I've got 2 jackets on. Waits across the line, delayed offside, out of the zone, goes back the other way. As they cross it, Kosh comes in. Kosh cuts back the middle, going over far side, backhand shot, stop booted back out that time by Peters. As Peters got it out of traffic, they'll go the other way, up the center. Stinson back in, trying to get it back to Parks, unable to. Stinson centers it in front, feeding it out front to Nottingham. And the minor penalty is getting set to expire. And Storbo comes back out onto the ice, inside the zone. Right corner, Costa goes after it. Costa gets it back out the center to Kosh. And Kosh up over center. Stinson, right side to Parks. He tips this one inside. The first one going to go after this one's going to be Costa. Costa give it away. That was a dangerous play. Fitzsimmons comes in. Couldn't get it back out in front that time. Wide open was Pearson. Storbo cuts to the middle. Off of the skate that time over the left side wall of Atwood. It rolled behind the net. Atwood's a trailer this time, and it goes back to center again, and Costa holds onto it. Costa goes inside. Atwood takes him against the ball. Also coming inside is going to be Jackson. Jackson goes in the corner, gives it back out to Atwood. Atwood looks, comes inside, takes his man back down. We're going to have I think we're going to have a cross-checking penalty. And the Tsunami can't believe that's going to be penalty called, and neither can some of the fans over to our broadcast left, but that's only because it was a little bit of an obvious penalty right there. So I want to make mention, I guess, Dylan, about the upcoming All-Star game we should make mention once again. So the PJHL got the All-Star game coming back in. Of course, that's going to be held January the 13th in the city of Port Coquitlam, home for the Port Coquitlam Trailblazers. Nice to have it come back, and that's really, really a welcome addition. I enjoy that, and I mentioned earlier on when I was talking to Mike, I'd like to see them bring the mascots out and do a little bit of whatever they want to do with the mascots. Just bring the mascots out to entertain everybody. But if you want more information on the roster that's going to be there, all you have to do for the roster for information, visit pjhl.net. And you can find all the information out on the PJHL website. It's a bit of a timeout. Half-period TV timeout right there, both goaltenders. And there you can see the overall stats right now for the two teams. Tsunami 15-18-2, and the Pilots 18-15-3. Overall point-wise, Tsunami 32, Pilots 39. Goals for. This is one of the biggest differentials right there. Goals for 153 for the Pilots, 102 for the Tsunami. Goals against, look at this one. Pilots 148, goals against for the Tsunami 132. So it's goals for and goals against that really count in the standing setup for both the teams. So they're going to pull everybody back in. Waits. McDonough got it. Sullivan's trying to get control. Out of his reach. Kosh keeps it onside. Dornan's out there. Sullivan's at the back end. Minute 40 left. Because the power play just started for the Pilots. Still in the corner. McDonough is in there. At the line again to Sullivan. Sullivan right side to Donough. Dornan back, takes a shot. That was blocked in front off of Jackson's arm and went wide. They clear it down the ice. Good defensive clearing play on this one right there by Thomas. Right side again. Grabbed by Sullivan, but Sullivan had it and then give it back around. Good defensive play back to McDonough. McDonough works his way in. Dornan's on the left side. McDonough turns. Back on the far side as they go inside. Dornan goes in, takes a shot, deflected wide off of the glass. And they're trying to feed it out in front, unable to. Jackson takes his man down. The linesman come in. Getting back up was Kosh, who was upended. And I believe the net moved this time. I believe that was what the whistle was. And we take a look. There you can see the net. The linesman, it was the net. Referee saw that one. Killed the play. Interesting to note that as we watch the Abbotsford bench, interesting to note that the Tsunami crest was all done through a contest over in the area, which was really actually quite interesting to see. Now they'll work at it, back out the middle part of the ice again. They'll chase it back out, keeping it onside this time by Sias. Sias goes against the wall. Eckenbrack, middle part of the ice, good play back to Grabinski. Grabinski holds onto it. Sias is wide open on the left side. Sias comes in, cuts the middle, rolls onto it, picks it back up on the heel of his stick. Slides it back over to Williams, the captain. Now it goes to the neutral ice area and rolls out to center ice area, and Eckenbrack. Back on the far side again to Storbo. Storbo, Sias, back inside. Eckenbrack passed it back, and this is intercepted and cleared all the way down the ice. One end to the other. 20 seconds left in the minor penalty for the Tsunami. Thomas coming inside, almost stole off his man. Good job forechecking. Now they go back the other way. Turning at center. As he held onto it, Sias stops, turns. Knocked straight forward this time by Williams. Williams couldn't get it to Sias. It was just out of his reach this time. And they'll go the other way. It's a shot off of the wall all the way out to center ice area, and Atwood breaks his way in. Atwood rips a shot off of the crossbar. Shot scores! So Atwood got the shot. It bounced back out and hit Sullivan and went inside his own net. Tsunami will take that one. And you can see Atwood as he come out of the penalty box area. He's smiling. I would be too. So watch the replay on this one. A long pass out to center. He catches everybody. He's behind everybody. Now watch the rebound. Shot blocked. And there you can see it off of the foot that time of Sullivan. Oh, Dylan, you'll see, he'll get so frustrated with that one. You talk about strange goals. Everything from Erickson coming on the ice for the Delta Ice Hawks earlier on, bowing to the fans to a goal like that. So Stinson on the right side, Foster coming inside. Back to Stinson. Stinson high shot over top the net. Chasing it back around is going to be Foster. Foster stays out in front. Ross comes inside. Ross grabs it. Stefani is wide open and rolls back out again to Stinson. Stinson heads up, looks, picks up some speed. Gets past McDonough. Misplayed it. Now we go back the other way again, and they drag it inside the zone. Upended inside the zone that time. That was Dornan. And Dornan had to reverse and go after it a second time. Up over center is Stefani. Rips it over the far left side corner, and Sullivan's going to pick this one back up. Shot blocked. Oh, that was a free play right there. It hit them going off. I won't say I'm surprised. Sometimes you get those penalty calls for too many players on the ice. Sometimes you don't. That was one that is the don't category. Unable to hold on to it this time. McDonough lost it, and Nottingham comes in. With Nottingham going in, they slide the needle straight down the middle part of the ice. It was intercepted. Weinberger had it and give it away. Stinson comes in, 4-on-2 trailer. Looks going in, ripping a shot, taking it. It was off of a blocker that time. What a chance for that one by Nottingham. That was blocked, and we've got 2:28 left in the middle period. We talked about the shots were in the first period. Shots in period number one and period number one, if I take a quick look, were 16-11 in favor of the Abbotsford Pilots. And there you can see the young goaltender. Now, right now, they've got the shots 20-18 listed through 2 periods of play in favor of the Coastal Tsunami. So players come inside, take the draw. Storbo pulled it back that time. Storbo gets it around the boards, back to Eckenbrack. Back out to Bagnall. Bagnall back around to Storbo. Storbo is trying to get control, and it's back the other way. Nottingham breaks down the right side. Nottingham gets control. Nice setup play as Nottingham got it back from Jackson. Now it goes over the far side wall again. They grab it. They hold on to it. Bagnall, 20 feet inside his own blue line. Nice setup on the back pass by Jonah this time. Jonah is trying to get himself free, ends up getting control. Back pass, fanned on the shot this time. No, Bagnall couldn't get control. And they work it in reverse the other way with Storbo going back down. Storbo cuts in front. Storbo lobs it all the way out to center ice area. And the first one coming inside is going to be Nottingham. Nottingham looks, goes in, gets a shot, top shelf, scores. Nottingham hammers that one down again. And if you're going to say anything, the one you can clearly say, you get a chance to watch this one on the replay. A happy Tsunami bench right there. Not so for Jared Craig and his team. Now watch this one as they go inside. Deep, deep, deep. Looks, going inside, taking a shot right down. And you watched Dylan go down to make the save, but he went down maybe a little bit too quick. I'm not a goaltending coach, but that's probably what the goaltending coaches will tell you. Anderson is the backup goaltender for the Pilots on the bench watching it. Sias, deep, Kosh, fend on it. They turn inside. Costa takes him back down, and Costa's getting a penalty. As Costa's getting a penalty, Atwood goes after him, and he's having a few conversational words. So Costa's going in the sin bin. Chances are it's going to be interference, and it is interference. It's an interference minor penalty. That was obvious. He skated in from the center line to take him off. Now watch this. Watch how he skates in. The back pass right there. Okay, on the transition. 1, 2, 3 coming inside. There was a hit right there. Easy call for the officials. The players are making the penalty calls so easy. Could call that if you're up here at the broadcast location. From the draw, they pulled it back. Grabinski held onto it. Back out to Parks at center. Parks keeps it inside the zone. Nottingham goes after it. And it's cleared all the way back down the ice. Peters stopped it. Off of the boards as they hold on to it. Johnson's inside. Back to Parks. Parks looks, goes wide to the outside. Good play for Parks to go deep to the goal line. Parks is inside. Stinson's wide open. Stinson's calling for it. Walker is in there as well. Out of the reach of everybody, and Stinson has to go inside his own zone to chase this one back around. Turns behind his own net as Peters watches from the back end. Parks is the trailer for Stinson. Stinson goes to the outside, back pass in front. Shot taken that time by Dorland, and he got it through traffic, and they rolled back the other way again. Sias coming in. Sias pushed out of the puck. Rebound, scramble. Puck is still loose underneath everybody, and Grabinski couldn't pick it back up. Now they go the other way. Straight down the far left side. They hustle away inside. Foster comes in. Waits, taking him off of the puck. This time was Lukakis. Lukakis stays with him. And we're looking right now with about a dozen seconds left or less in this middle period. Parks, right side. Parks goes in. Lukakis got the shot away, blocked and goes against the boards, and is cleared all the way out to center ice area. As it goes out to center ice, the buzzer goes to end period 2. And you see the Tsunami making the way over to the dressing room all the way over on the far side. So the linesman standing out, making sure that everything is all copacetic, if you want to call it that way. So after 2 periods of play, we've got a 7-1 score in favor for the Coastal Tsunami. Got my guest coming in, Larry Krause. This is going to be my guest, and I think Larry would be classified as a director of officials for BC Hockey. So they'll go back out, just waiting for the Zamboni to come back out, to come out and grace our location on the ice right now. Yep. So we're going to go back around. All right. I'm going to be nice to you, Larry. You can put your book down. I try. All right, here you go, boss. Where you go? You can put that on. If you don't know how to put it on, you can ask your son. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Good man. I like that. All right. After 2 periods of play, a real hectic, chaotic, I guess, 7-1 score, Larry. And I guess physicality is the name of the game right now, the way it's all playing out, because no love lost between these two teams.
Yeah, no, there definitely is not. It kind of brings back memories of when we were working the league, doesn't it?
Yeah, we used to call it goon hockey. It's just physical. They play aggressive. They're young. You know, they want to play. And, of course, one team wants to, put themselves up in the standings right now. But we talked earlier on. I was showing you the penalty minutes. You're not going to win with that amount of penalties. I mean, even though you can win, how far can you go with that amount of penalties?
You can't, and you have to play a disciplined game, and we all know that. It's been a disciplined game that needed to be played for decades, so nothing's changed. Not a bit.
All right, let's talk about the officiating role. I've seen you out here for some of the games, a lot of the games. I've seen Danny Hannah-Mansing out here, our national referee-in-chief, director of for Hockey Canada. Very pleased to have our official big boss out here in the Lower Mainland. That's nice to see. I like that. And nice to have you guys come out. All the games have been supervised, correct?
Yes, they have. And we have a tremendous team of mentors, coaches, equippers that are prepared to come out and help out. Mike Campbell, unfortunately, couldn't be with us.
Oh, tough. He's working hard, the World Juniors. That's tough.
He's kind of busy in Ottawa.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, working that national championship. Yeah.
All right, well, let's take a look right now. People at home are going to say, okay, you watch the officials. From a supervisor's point of view, I know what I watch for. But let's tell the parents at home, what do you watch for as a supervisor with BC Hockey?
So first and foremost, skating ability is one. Fitness is another one.
Yeah, that's changed.
Communication is huge. We want our officials to communicate with coaches and players and each other. We're constantly looking for their communication methods and their demeanor on the ice and their word choices, their phrasing, how they're looking at coaches, how they're talking with coaches. And that's what coaches and players want as well, is they want communicators.
Well, they don't necessarily care whether you're right or wrong. They just want to be able to told what's going on. Tell me what the call is. They might not agree, as we've seen before in a lot of different games, and that's not going to change at all. But just let them know what's going on. Be honest.
One of the greatest benefits of the game of hockey is that you can be a participant in, and I've heard you say this many times, about being a participant of the game and a student of the game. The Liversidge family is a great example. Young Braden Liversidge is lining this game, and he, along with his father and his brother, coach in Maple Ridge. You see Mr. Bradley on the ice. Mr. Bradley is one member of 5 in the Bradley family. Jeff, his wife, and the 3 sons all officiate hockey together. So we're learning how to communicate through a variety of different methods: coaching, playing, as well as officiating.
When you look at me, you talk about Jeff Bradley. I mean, done a lot of games in North Delta as well. But you look at the talent that has come through the Lower Mainland and BC in general to advance up the National Hockey League. That says an awful lot about our program.
It really does, and we've got generations now. I see Jared Craig on the bench coaching the Abbotsford Pilots. Well, Jared Craig's youngest son is now officiating hockey as well. He's joined us, and what most don't know is not only does Jared's brother Ryan Craig is a member of the National Hockey League and has his name on the Stanley Cup and is a coach in the American Hockey League. But Jared was an official as well, and he was part of us, and now he's coaching at this level.
It's all about giving back, and that's the one thing I really enjoy it. I mean, every time everybody watches the game, different perspective right there. But we've said it before: communicate. You can't go too far wrong. Clinics have changed substantially over the last time. Years back, we used to have, as you're well aware, parents at home won't know, but we used to have a level 1 and a level 2. For example, in North Delta, put a clinic on. You'd have an 8-hour session for minor hockey for level 2, another classroom session for level 1. How, and I know it's changed, but how significant has it changed?
Well, technology. So now electronically, we are certifying our officials. The preparation and the work that goes into a certification of an official in Canada starts on the computer electronically, and they go through a series of questions and quizzes, and they learn before they ever enter a classroom. And of course, when we were teaching back in the 70s and 80s and 90s, without dating us, there was no electronic version to our certification process, where today it's an integral part of what we do.
I don't know. I used to like our old videos with those stick men where they go to the bottom and then jump over the board.
And don't forget Peter Puck.
Yeah, Peter Puck. Well, Peter Puck, that was something that I think is still missing. I really think they should reincarnate that, because that was a big educational tool from the National Hockey League on down.
Yeah, it really is. And I happen to notice in the last few weeks that BC Hockey has now incorporated an animated character or group of characters in animation. So perhaps that's birthed out of the Peter Puck days of the 60s and 70s.
I really hope so. What are the numbers like for referees or officials in general in BC? Are we on the swing? Have we got like a whole bunch, or do we have not enough?
So is this just between us, Steve?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, so just between us.
Okay, don't tell nobody else.
We're not going to tell anyone else.
No.
But just between us, we have certified more officials in the province of British Columbia in this past year than in our 100-year history. 5,900 plus have chosen to get certified and officiate hockey. We've never seen growth like this before. No,
years back we used to have the officials, and if we were throughout the entire province, if we were up to 4,000, we were lucky.
Yeah, it's so true. And for whatever, I know part of it is Sean Raphael and Trevor Nolan and the support staff around the province that have done just a tremendous job of mentoring and equipping and training and motivating our next generation of official.
Well, that's the key right there. We were talking just before the second period started. I had made mention that the altercation, a little bit of a situation took place after the first period. I had made mention on air, and you can tell me whether I'm right or wrong. I had made mention that years back when one team left, if you had an altercation and the two teams left the same gate, one team went off, the linesman went off, and then the other team. Still right?
We have spent a lot of time engaged with players at the end of every period. We want to make sure that they are behaving themselves and
Yeah.
not engaging off the ice. And we're always aware of what they're doing both on the ice as well as off the
It's
ice.
the age-old story. When you least expect it, something's going to happen.
Isn't that always the case?
No kidding.
I
And
was-
that's with anything in life, too.
It's so true. I was in Queen's Park Arena this week with all the tournaments that have been going on in the Lower Mainland. I was in Queen's Park, and I couldn't help but think of all the years of all the hijinks that happened in that building over the years with the New Westminster Bruins and then the Royals.
Yeah, let's not forget that Punch McLean was very animated, but boy, oh boy, whenever the Bruins played, he packed that building.
Oh, it's so true. It brought a rise out of the crowd. Everyone's yelling and screaming and wanting for more.
The only one that didn't want to really go inside the building was the fire marshal.
Yeah, the fire marshal, maybe an official or two, perhaps.
Well, yeah, there was a lot of skipping. We lost a little while back Mike Hasenfratz. That's a big loss for the program because he was really, really exceptional.
It's so true. Now we know how many officials have gone through our program back when you were instructing and through the years, the Brad Lazarewiches and the Shane Hyers and the Jay Shares and the Kelly Sutherlands, and the list goes on and on and on. And Mike was one of those members of that group.
We've got Tommy Hansen working the league right now. Kelly, Tommy Hansen and Kelly Sutherland, both from Richmond.
Yeah,
And who is it? Kelly's dad, Stan, used to referee too.
That's right, and it's a long list of elite officials that we continue to see working National Hockey League games, and including Kazari out from Penticton that worked these junior hockey leagues in the province of BC, and now he happened to work that Game 7 last what was it, June, I believe? Yeah.
Yeah, took away from his summer holidays a little bit.
Yeah, apparently.
So how receptive, I know all the games. We've had a lot of different officials. I know some of them worked a couple of different games, but basically overall, we've had a good number of officials. Is there a number that we've used for the whole weekend?
So there's been a number of officials that have been used by Mike Campbell as well as Brian Borden and Ron Dieterle, who coordinate all the officials working this hockey, and they've done a tremendous job of bringing in officials from all over the province. We have officials here from Quesnel and Victoria and Nanaimo and of course the Lower Mainland. So it's been a great representation of the elite officials that are in the province of BC in this tournament.
Well, I really applaud because I think all this goes back years, even when Bobby Nicholson was in charge years back. Of course, Bob Nicholson went on to become president for Hockey Canada, so that's not a bad title right there alone.
Okay.
But we've had him, we've had Dave Andrews years back, and Dave Andrews, ironic as it sounds, went on to be president for the American Hockey League too. So they all started here in BC.
Yeah, they sure did, and they continue to be given opportunities around the world. Not just the National Hockey League, but the American Hockey League and our PJHL as well.
So we reach a point in the season where, as tough as it is for some of the officials will be sort of excluded from further duties and put back. Not that they're any good, they are, but they just need that extra little bit of what I call fine-tuning.
Yep, one of the benefits of being part of the development program is you see these officials grow, and they all grow at different levels, and some of them faster than others. And we have a number that are preparing for playoffs. Others are preparing for TELUS Cup. Others are preparing for assignments abroad, and others are preparing for next season.
I think Danny was telling me the other day we got a couple of young ladies going to a couple of pretty major events too.
So unprecedented, and I know that your daughter Annette was a referee coming through the system in the 80s and 90s, and we didn't have a whole lot of female officials in the province back then. But now we've got hundreds of officials that are not only officiating minor hockey, but officiating junior hockey and all levels of elite male and female hockey.
Yeah, that's nice to see it. I mean, you see them coming on, and sometimes you'll hear people say, well, we got a young lady refereeing the game. But in a lot of cases, I've seen a lot of cases where some of the young ladies doing the game are better than the guys.
Well, and their fitness testing equals some of the guys. Their on-ice testing, their forward 40, their backwards 40, their 3 laps, their what they can do on the ice as well as off the ice equals some of the guys in their program.
I had mentioned to Danny Hannemanson, and I was talking to him the other day here, and I said, the one thing I'm really hoping for with the expansion for the PWHL, I said, I'm wondering, and I get frustrated because they develop this big new league, it's a professional women's league, use women officials. Why are we using guys from the American Hockey League? If you don't have enough, put the league on hold for a year until you develop your officiating program.
Yeah, and we've done a tremendous job of developing female officials in the province of BC, and Dan Hannah-Mansing is responsible for a lot of that. Vanessa Stratton now is responsible for the program, and the females that are officiating junior hockey as well as elite hockey, university hockey in the province, phenomenal.
Yeah, they really are. And of course, they can go where they want because, I mean, realistically, when you look at it today, without being mean and sarcastic towards the guys, it's a female's world.
It's an officials' world, and the officials that have been given opportunities continue to excel and continue to get better each season.
When you go down and talk to the officials, as a supervisor when I was doing it, I never used to like to go down and talk to the officials after every period, unless it was something major transpile that you wanted to be aware of. Just even if it was just like, watch the play, watch behind the play, watch the line changes. Because sometimes you can go down, you can talk to them in periods, and it changes the whole next period.
It really does. But as you watch the coaching staffs of these two teams, from Coastal as well as from Abbotsford, their coaches go down and they engage with their players in between periods. Yep. So why wouldn't a coach of officials go down in between periods and have conversations and coach, mentor, and equip and train their officials between periods? It only makes sense. Yeah,
and the biggest thing I like right now is the communication between the officials. Something happened, go over, explain to the coach. They might not agree with it, but you've told them. They can't say, well, we didn't know.
The best part of the PJHL and other leagues that are operating in the province of BC under the junior hockey and elite hockey umbrella is that we continue to grow. We're development leagues. We're developing our officials for what's next. Whether that's the Western Hockey League or the American Hockey League or the National Hockey, we're constantly developing our officials just like the players are developing and the coaches are developing. We're developing too.
With the withdrawal from the one league, without naming leagues, pulling out of Hockey Canada, we lost officials for that. And now the officials are in this program where I had to make a decision, right, as we've had this discussion before. Which league do I go to? So they do a league that's an outlaw league. They can't come back and do this. Has there been any idea or thought possibly about maybe saying, well, okay, you've been away, bye-bye for 3 years. Now we're going to welcome you back into the system?
Well, that's a great question, Steve. The exciting part is that things have changed this season from last season, where now officials who have chose to work other leagues outside of Hockey Canada can now work minor hockey right here. So we've got a number of them that are working minor hockey right here, and they're part of the program. They're giving back. They're contributing just like everyone else.
Well, I asked that, and I make mention of that because grandson, Bradley LaBus, and Brad's working now in the Western Hockey League, also a member of Delta Police, so don't pick on him if he pulls you over for speeding. It's your own fault. But Bradley, when this decision was made, I know that Brad was forced to make a decision. Do I go with the league that's going rival outlaw, or do I stay with the stuff under Hockey Canada? He chose to stay with Hockey Canada, stayed with him. Good choice for Bradley, and I applaud him because Brad and I talked as well as his dad, and Brad said, not just me, he said, there's a lot of officials don't know where to go. So he made the decision to stick with Hockey Canada. Now he's officiating the Western Hockey League, full-time referee, which I really think is exceptional for Bradley. But, you know, it's interesting to see because they really put the officials in a corner right there. Maybe one day I'm hoping we get more officials. I'd love to get us up to 9,000 officials in the province.
As would I. We love every one of those officials. We developed them, we coached them, we trained them since they were 12 years old. And it's our hope that one day we can go back and return and do that again.
So speaking of 12, is that the starting age for officials now?
Yes, it is. That's correct.
So they've got to be 12 by what date?
They got to be 12 by the end of the year. So we have one more day.
Fingers crossed. No, today.
Yeah,
today.
Oh, that's right. Today is the day, isn't it?
Okay, so
Happy New Year.
Yes, thank you, sir. So from your point of view in BC Hockey, I'll give you the last say to New Year's wishes on behalf of BC Hockey to everybody listening in.
Well, on behalf of BC Hockey and our friends across the province, I just want to wish each and every one of you a wonderful 2025 and great and exciting things to come.
And don't pick on our officials.
Thanks, Steve.
Because I'll be all over you.
Thanks, Steve.
Thanks, Larry. All the best. Have a good New Year's.
Thank you.
Say hi to Craig for me.
Thank you.
Okay.
Happy New Year's.
Same to you. Say hi. Thanks, Larry. All right, so we are almost back. The players are still trying to figure out what they're doing. It'll take a while. Thanks, Larry. Larry and I, we go back a long way when it comes to refereeing hockey. Larry, one of the officials' mentors that travel around the province to develop the officials. Great, great guy. His son, Craig, works, I believe it's for CBC Broadcast. He's an on-air news announcer. Far side, long shot, dumped back inside again. They're going to go after it as they look at grabbing this one and picking this one back up. Now they throw it back the line. Dolan misplayed it, waits. Far side, Jakubowski takes a shot, kicked back out as Costa returns back to the ice. And I'm looking behind everybody, and man, oh man, Cade Starr is not happy that didn't work the way he expected it to be right there. There you can see the head coach right there, Brad Wingfield, for the Coastal Tsunami, make their way back over. It was interesting. I was talking to Brad one day, and I said, as well as Rick Hopper, I said, so when you guys go over for a game during the week, do you stay overnight? Would you believe they catch an 11:35 ferry back over to Gibson's? I didn't know ferries even ran that late. I figured that the ferry system, well, I'm used to going over to Nanaimo and Victoria, so I figured they quit like at last ferry at 10:45 to Nanaimo, or Nanaimo, or pardon me, Victoria at 9 o'clock. But no, 11:35 ferry apparently. Talk about a long day for the boys. They sure get used to riding the bus, I can tell you that. Back over on the far side wall, Sias comes inside. Waits, bit of love tap off of the wall that time. Now they're going to go back ever. There's another little bit of a collision course taken on the far side. Kosh got his man twice. Sias comes inside. Now they go back around. Long shot taken. Stefani got the shot away this time. And it rolls right through the crease on the far side. Grabbed again by Kosh. Kosh out to the neutral ice area. The Tsunami throw this one back in. They're up by a 7-1 margin right now. Inside, Johnson tipped it inside. Behind the goal as they come out to stop this one was Peters. Peters left it for his old man. It's in the corner on the far side to Johnson. Johnson takes his time. Back pass going back behind the goal again as they hold on to it. And they turn it middle part of the ice. Tsunami pick up some valuable speed. They throw it back down. Johnson comes in. Overskate the puck, and now we go the other way in a heavy check zone. Jakubowski took Johnson off of the puck. Still inside the zone on the right side. Stopping behind the net this time was Payne. Payne's over in the far side corner. Couldn't get it back to him. Now it goes to center, and they clear this one back inside again. Good dump in by Fitzsimmons. This is tipped back. Now Fitzsimmons, we should make mention, had a misconduct penalty earlier on. And I believe if I look back, I think it was in the first period of play. It was so. It was at 18:49 the first period. A little bit of frustration right there. Didn't like a call or something that transpired, so the young man sat in the penalty box and cooled his heels for 10 minutes. And then come back out halfway through the second. So it's in the corner over on the far side this time from the face-off draw. This is thrown back out. Fitzsimmons stayed with his man, takes him down, and just when I said he was in the box, he's going to go back there. I'm looking to see whether we're going to have one or two. I think we're going to have a pair of penalties. We are. Each team's getting a penalty right now. So Fitzsimmons is going for holding, and his partner at the other end is going to be sitting inside the penalty box. I know they both got 2 minutes. So watch the play. It'll break down the far side. You can see them breaking in. Watch Fitzsimmons. Takes him down, grabs him, hauls him down. Could have called yardage in that play right there. Gets back up. And his counterpart, Lakakis, retaliated and got a minor penalty. So it's inside the zone, back to Starr. Starr throws it inside his own zone again. Down the left side. Stinson comes in. Starr's on the right side, D. On the far side boards, trying to get control was Parks. Out of his reach. They turn again. They hold on to it. Costa throws it back to center, and it's intercepted again on the far right side again by Starr. The pair of number 22s on that play. Heavy check thrown over on the far side wall. Starr takes his man back down. Getting involved in the play is McDonough. Walker slides it back through. Huge high shot. McDonough goes over in the left side corner to try and pick this one back up. As he chases it back around. Just unable to finish it back off. Waiting for it. They turn again as Parks goes it all the way over the far right side corner. Parks comes inside. Stinson's upended. So as Stinson was upended, gets involved in the play, and now it rolls back down the ice, straight up the middle part of the ice, and it goes inside the zone again. So as they throw it inside the zone, it goes back the other way again. Far side. It's off of the back wall. It was kept, just what I was going to say, it was kept inside the zone. It hit his glove and fell inside the bench for the Abbotsford Pilots. So the face-off in a case like this will stay deep inside the zone. for Payne, he just looks up. He shook his head after it hit his glove with the bench. He just looks at, of all the things to happen, it's got to go with the bench. I couldn't even get a shot on goal. Jared Craig looking on for the Abbotsford Pilots. So this is cleared out to almost to the neutral zone. Weisberger is on the left side. They go back around, turn. Weisberger picks this one back up, and Sullivan gets control over on the far left side wall as Sullivan holds onto it. Long stretch pass back out to center to Fedro. Fedro throws it inside, unable to hold on to it. Was Weinberger this time, and now they hustle their way back now with Jackson going down the left side. Jackson hustles his way in. Centering pass, back around. Jakubowski. Nice setup play. Jakubowski's the trailer coming inside, taking a huge shot. That was off of the shoulder that time of Dillon. And a roll over the right side corner. Now they're trying to do the wraparound play. They throw it out in front. Carefully played. Dillon had to be alert in that play. And it rolls out to the neutral ice area. And they finally go back down. Fedro comes back down. Fitzsimmons comes back onto the ice right now. Both of them actually return to the ice. Fitzsimmons, as well as Lakakis. They both went off together and come on together. They're no longer coincidental penalties in that situation. They get the pair at the same time. They both go off together and come on. And each team plays one-man, one player short. So it's 4-on-4 hockey. Still in the corner. Lakakis comes inside. Shot, far side wall. Costa takes a shot, deflected. That was off of the stick that time of Peters. Centering Bass back around. And finally, they'll chase this one back around with Lakakis picking it back up. Lakakis stays with his man. Also coming inside is going to be Eckenbrack. Eckenbrack gives this one back over to the far side, back to Jonah. Jonah back around. Eckenbrack still inside the corner. Weinberger is out in front. He couldn't get control. Now they go the other way and get it up and over center ice area. And Jakubowski cuts back down wide to the outside. Jakubowski bumped off the puck. Jonah stays with him. Jakubowski couldn't hold on to it. And now it just slides it off of the back wall. Going after this one, trying to pick this one back up is Nordvie. Nordvie stays about 20 feet out in front. Back to center to Starr. Starr looks, heads up. Good play to get it back on the far side. Stinson, Starr, the two out there. Pearson couldn't get control. Gets it on a back pass off of the wall. And he throws it inside. It was intercepted by Stinson. Stinson up over center ice area. They lob this one inside the zone. And now they eventually clear it back the other way. And it goes back inside the zone again to Starr. Starr is breaking back out in front of the penalty box area. Starr gets control. Thomas almost had control, but Starr took it off his stick. That was a good play for Starr to intercept that one because Thomas was too far off of the wall, couldn't get possession. Now they throw it, blocked, and it rolls wide. And they'll reverse the play right now and grabbing it as Johnson comes inside. Starr stays with Johnson. Right side boards as Stinson hustles his way inside. Stinson goes after his man. Heavy chuck throw it against the wall on the play right now. Taken back down. That was Johnson that was upended. And deflects up and out of play. Literally up and out of play. So maybe let's make mention right now. We got this bit of a time. Talk about the All-Star Game coming up again to help promote the All-Star Game for the league. And there you can see the 2025 PJHL All-Star Game hosted by the City of Port Coquitlam and the Port Coquitlam Trailblazers. January the 13th, the Monday night. Come on out, say hi. Myself, good buddy Jag Lawley will be out there, my broadcast partner. And we'll be out. Come on by, swing high, shot. Big save on this one right there by Peters. And if you want more information on it, you can go on the site, and there's the visit site you can visit. Visit pjhl.net and get all the information as far as the rosters, which were just released. Of course, I'm vying for a mascots night. I won't say it's my Christmas wish. I just think it'd be really cool to have the mascots out there. We got some pretty cool mascots in the league. Up the center. Jackson throws it inside. This is grabbed by Estefani. Estefani goes in, shot right on target. I don't want to talk and jinx anybody, but the team is both, I will say the game has somewhat settled themselves down right now. Not overly too aggressive out there. So as they call them in for the faceoff draw. 13:25 left, third period. 7-1 lead for the Tsunami. They hold on to this one. Estefani's at center. Estefani stays with Sullivan this time. Now Estefani goes wide to the outside. Backhand shot by Foster. Back in the corner trying to grab this one with Estefani again. Out of his reach. Estefani got upended. And Johnson's at center. Now the long stretch pass goes back out to center again. And it's grabbed and thrown back inside by Atwood. Atwood looks over his shoulder. Got the number of Paul. The two of them collided. Let's not forget that Atwood was a little bit agitated earlier on in the game as well. Now they go back around. Dolan comes in, attempted to get the shot. They go over on the far side again. Nordy comes in, takes a shot. Got the shot away right on target. A quick transition, and there you can see the puck being handed to him as Mr. Dillon will give the puck back to the linesman. Backup goaltender is Cole Anderson. There you can see the coaching staff. Brad Winfield. Cole Anderson, the backup goalie for the Abbotsford Pilots. And Finn Morrison, the backup goaltender for the Coastal Tsunami. Blocked, shot taken, deflected, rolls wide. Now they're going to back all the way out to center ice here. They'll hustle their way back down the right side. They work the inside. Fedrow comes in. Fedrow goes after it. Fedrow's out in front of net this time. Couldn't get it, and Edwards stays with him. Heavy check thrown against the wall by Williams. Williams took him off of the puck. Long dump in play once again by Fitzsimmons. Fitzsimmons now goes back to center. They go all the way back out to center ice area. And inside their own zone is going to be Mason Fitzsimmons. Back out to Fedrow. Fedrow holds onto it in front of the penalty box area on the right side. Rips it around the wall. Out of the net to stop. This one is going to be Peters. They clear it straight up the middle part of the ice again. Good dump out play forward that time. And they get it back out to Nottingham. Nottingham goes inside. Dolan is in there. Dolan, the pass was behind him. Unable to get control. Now we go back again, and Starr couldn't get control. It's still inside the zone one more time, and Jakubowski holds onto it. Jakubowski back pass to Starr. Starr takes his time. Stinson gets it in front of the penalty box area for the Tsunami. Stinson down the left side, rips it inside over off of the wall this time, and they'll chase this one back around, and they grab it. And the Pilots fly out to center ice area. Good play. Fedrow was taken off of the puck. Lukakis goes after his man, trying to grab it. And they just throw it inside. Heavy check thrown against the wall. First one going after his man was Edwards. Edwards lost his stick, goes after him a second time. Stick was pushed out of the way, and Edwards ended up going off on a line change without a stick. Far side, it's still inside the zone, but it's stolen by Williams. Williams sets this one back up. Parks is there. Parks gets it back at center, up and over center. Held onto it this time, and heavy check throwing coming in, and this is going to be a heavy check and a penalty going to be called. This is going to be Lukakis. Lukakis goes inside. Linesman going inside. This is where you got to be careful so they don't grab the face mask. You can see it, the linesman coming inside again. Going to see what they're going to call and who's getting what, where, and when. I can tell you right now, the linesmen are earning their paychecks right now. Now Fitzsimmons is going to go back. Not like he's a stranger to the penalty box. He's been in there before. Got a misconduct in the first period. And he got a minor in the third period at 2:07 with Lukakis. So those two obviously have something going because those two are the ones that collided earlier on. So we'll see what the call is going to be. Officials having a one-on-one conference call right now. They're going to phone a friend and say, okay, what do you think? What did you guys see? And I have no problem with the communication at all. I said this when we were talking about the communication between the officials when I was talking to Larry Krause. So you can see the officials below us. Now, if you look on the far side, I'll show you the far side of the ice right there. There you can see the linesman standing over on the far side between the benches. And that's the proper, as Larry and I were talking earlier on, that's the proper procedure. So you stand for the extra linesman. Thanks, Dylan. So I believe Fitzsimmons is going to be tossed. He's done like dinner, and he's going to be going. As we used to say, you're done like dinner. Bye-bye. Sayonara. So Fitzsimmons is going over. We're going to see whether it's going to be 2 or 10s for each or what they're going to be assessing. It's been an aggressive game. Maybe he just wants to beat traffic going home for New Year's Eve, heading back out to Abbotsford. So the officials assessing the penalty to the penalty timekeeper just below us. And we'll let you know what they are. And now the officials going back out. They're going to be talking to the captains. Malcolm Simpson, Ryan Bailey, the referees, Braden Liversidge, and Connor Bradley. I believe that's Jeff Bradley's son. And of course, Jeff used to referee for me in North Delta years back. There you can see it. Talking to Brad Wingfield. And of course, Jeff Bradley now a supervisor for the Western Hockey League. For the Vancouver Giants, travels down to Seattle, Victoria, wherever his car has, will take him. So there you can see the one coach. was talking to his player. The referee was talking to them. There's still lots of confrontation going on over on the far side. At this rate, they're going to miss the midnight ball dropping back in New York Times Square. So watch the play as it unfolds. That part's okay. Now in comes Lukakus. There was a retaliation coming in, pushing, shoving Lukakus as well as Fitzsimmons. The two of them are there. Now the linesmen go inside and separate everybody out of harm's way. And you can see them right there. The biggest thing you got to be careful is if you're a player going inside, and I say this from a player's perspective, if you have a situation, remember that if a player has a cage on, don't grab the facial cage because that's, according to the rule book, a match penalty, and that's the last thing you want to get. That puts you out a while. Now you can see right there, sitting inside the penalty box area below us, Eckenbrack is in there. So we have a 5 and a 2 on the clock. The major was assessed for Fitzsimmons. So it's 4 on 4, and when the minor penalty finishes, then the Tsunami will have a power play for 3 minutes. As they cut back inside, they grab it and go back the other way again. Dornan goes down. Dornan across the line. The trailer is McDonough. Dornan holds onto it, slides it in the corner. McDonough is out, turning as McDonough holds onto it. McDonough trying to feed it back around. Jonah's wide open. McDonough goes in. Looks, thought about giving a back pass. Unable to this time, and Parks picks it back up. Back to Jonah, off of the wall. Good forward checking this time. McDonough looks, held onto it. Stinson was tag team up against the wall between McDonough and Costa. Bit of a high stick taken behind the play right there. Jakubowski got a high hit back from Jonah. And they turn. Starr comes inside his own zone. 4 on 4 hockey with 9:40 left in the third. Tsunami up to center down the right side. They hustle their way back inside, and as they go inside, Stinson comes in. Stinson goes against the boards, levels his man off of the puck. And the Pilots fly out of their own zone all the way up to center ice area. They go back down with Edwards coming inside. Edwards giving it back over to Dornan. Dornan goes in the corner, takes a shot. Dornan is upended very slow, and Dornan's behind everybody in the corner. He's very slow to get back up. He gets back up. Referee looking at him. He's bent over, doubled over, and Dornan's going over to the bench, having a couple of words from the Tsunami bench. Some of the players on the Tsunami bench were hollering at him. So the Pilots, Johnson's on the right side. They're going to work it inside the zone, waiting for it. Going against the boards on the far side was Sias. Sias took him off the puck. The physicality is not finished yet, trust me. So Nottingham comes in, Payne's on the far side. They go over deep inside the corner, gets a shot right through the crease, and it goes all the way over the far side and rolls out the center ice area. And Jackson picks this one back up. Waits, Jackson, left side, goes down against the boards, waits, Grabinski stays with him. It goes over the far side wall again. They'll chase it back around. Nottingham comes in, also going in is Dolan. Dolan attempted to get control, out of his reach. Back to the middle part of the ice, unable to finish the shot back up. Now they'll grab it, and they're going to throw it back out, and Costa just lobbed it straight down the ice, and the Pilots having a two off and 2 on, and the Tsunami on a power play. Huge power play right now for another 2 minutes and 10 seconds because of the 5 and the 2. Back down again. Payne comes in. Payne looks. Jackson couldn't get control. Payne's wide open. Jackson's calling for it. Back on the far side again. Good setup play. Right side to Stinson. Back to Payne. Payne goes inside. Turns. Far side. Stinson's wide open. They give it back to him. Stinson holds on to it. Back to Jackson. Jackson works his way in. Back to Stinson to Walker. Walker looks, got it through traffic that time. And fanning on the shot, upended on the far side was Payne. Still against the boards. Nottingham trying to get control and get it back, and he holds on to it himself after he took it off the stick. Back again, Nottingham, back around to Walker. Nottingham high slot. Jackson's over at the D sit, and Jackson gets control. Jackson holds onto it. They grab it. Johnson takes a shot, booted all the way back out that time. Nice play to have that one booted back out by Dillon. And unable to hold on to it on side, and the Tsunami waits in possession right in front of their own bench. They hustle away inside again. Payne comes in, takes a shot. Payne is upended, cleared off of the glass. Inside the zone again, and Atwood picks this one back up for the Coastal Tsunami. Atwood goes back down. Pearson cuts inside. Back over to Atwood. Atwood, left side wall. Just under 7 minutes left in the third period. Heavy check zone behind the net this time. Grabinski comes inside, finishes the check off on his man. Pearson comes inside. Pearson stays against the boards. Also going after this one, trying to get control, was Costa. Costa fights for it. Pearson took it off his stick. Nice stretch pass on the far side once again to get it back out. Nordal throws it back out. Nice play to set it back up again. Waits in front. Nordal couldn't get control. Now they'll wait for it again. Back to the high slot. Takes a shot. Nordal gets it back and he holds onto it. Looks, clears it off of the boards. Back on the far side again. They walk the line and they work their way back inside again. Atwood holds onto it. Waits 5 seconds left in their power play. Right side corner. This is grabbed. Costa clears it all the way back down. And the major penalty has now finished, so we're back 5 aside. Tsunami unable to capitalize on that 3-minute power play they had, with them serving the major penalty. Now we go back out to Pearson. Pearson off of the wall. Back to center. Inside to Sullivan. Sullivan holds onto it for the Pilots. Out to center. Sullivan gets bumped off of the puck that time by Nordby. Pearson goes inside. Over on the far side this time, getting his shot through traffic was Thompson. And it rolls back the other way with a big rebound. Now they go back down. Dornan feeding it back. Looking back to McDonough. Takes a shot. Unable to get it on target. And Dornan goes inside again. High shot over top of the net. They'll pick this one back up again. Still inside the zone. Sullivan pinched back in. That was out of his reach. Starr. He's down the far side. On the left side this time coming in was Thompson. And it rolls back right in front with Sullivan stealing the puck back around. Just under 5 minutes left in the third period. Barring an absolute miracle for the Pilots, I don't think I'm going to predict that this is going to be going overtime. Back to Sullivan at center. Sullivan drags it, gets inside, got past Foster that time. Foster stayed with him. Now they hold on to it. Back pass on the right side to Sullivan. Sullivan throws it inside, narrowly missed the back pass of Dornan this time, who couldn't put his stick on it. They go outside. Now they turn it inside. First one going after this one was trying to get it was Bagnell. Up the center. There's a heavy check and a half. They work it inside again. Good solid defensive play right there. And Dillon out of the net to stop it. Goes back inside the crease. Back to Starr. Starr sets this one back up all the way over on the far side once again. Getting it back. Foster got the shot away. And now Starr is going to go over it on the left side wall. Starr keeps it inside the zone. Starr just clearly clears it back, and it's intercepted. Ross is inside there. Heavy check through it. Over on the far side again. Ross took his man back down. Now clears his own. Ross is on the left. Starr sets it back up to Ross. Ross holds onto it. Back pass over in the far left side corner again. He's still inside the corner, off of the wall, waiting for it, going in. Stinson got a shot and a big rebound. Unable to put it back out in front again, and Starr comes inside. Starr pinched in from the deep position. Just couldn't finish it back up, and Storbo goes after it and grabs it. Storbo gets it around the far side of Bagnell. Bagnell couldn't clear it out. It was kept inside the zone again by Starr. Starr on the left side. First he played the left side D. Now he's on the right side D. And about 30 seconds ago he was up on the forward line. Back around the right side. They're going to go inside as Eckenbrack comes in. Eckenbrack stays pretty much side by side with Stinson. Stinson turns. It's still inside the zone again. First one going in was Jonah. Got it back to the line. Nice shot taken by Grabinski. Narrowly missed the right by post. Grabinski got the shot away. Nice shot to get the way right there. And Eckenbrack unable to tip this one back in. Back to Grabinski. Grabinski right side. Rips it off of the back glass this time. Peters comes after it. Got some broken twigs on the ice in the middle part of the ice out there. They'll pick it up on the first stoppage of play. Lutz cut inside again. Waiting for it. Going after it was Storbo. Storbo chases his man back down. And now they'll go the other way. Up, over center, back down, across the line. As they're going to go after this one. They grab it. And it's inside. Looks taking a high shot over top of that time by Jakubowski. Jakubowski stays with his man. Didn't want to give him any room, and they do. Now they get it back around, and Storbo cuts inside. Storbo, back pass inside one more time to Edwards. Edwards back out in front. Shot scores. A big goal right there by Fedrow. A nice three-way passing play as they finally figured that and figured out how to get one past Peters. Watch the play as they hustle their way back inside. The back pass set up absolutely perfect. Back pass, huge shot, big rebound. We've seen that picture perfect play before. It's almost like the teams play it. Now they go back again. Somebody's having fun out here. Tsunami. Take their time. Pinching in. Fedra went after it. Fedra couldn't get control. Williams comes inside, out of his reach. Williams leaves it. Dolan goes after this one. And this is grabbed, and Edwards misplayed it. Nottingham straight forward to Dolan. Dolan goes back in over on the far left side. Walker couldn't get control. Now it's out the center. It's off of the stick that time of Fedra, and he throws it inside. Nottingham picks it back up. Nottingham out to Dolan. Out to center ice area, and Walker goes back down the far side. Walker cuts in, sets picture perfect play. Atwood got the shot away, deflected over in the corner. And as they chase this one back down, we have a glove hand pass indicated and a whistle. And I believe the faceoff's going to be outside the neutral zone. The glove hand pass indicated and called by the officials as Atwood has a bit of a bump going off the ice this time. Him and Edwards collided. To the linesman between both players. 1:26 left in the third. And the shots 31-22 in favor of the Tsunami. Somebody called a timeout. I believe it was for the Pilots. Anyway, previous games. Let's do this again because I forgot. Sorry, Dylan. Previous games. You can see them right there. 3 games on the 28th. And 4 on the 29th for the league. And 4 on the 30th. And we take a look at today's 10-1 and this game right here. So 10-1 and 4. And the biggest the funny part about today's game with Delta was when Erickson come on the ice and bowed to the crowd. That was really impressive. Maybe we get a quick chance as well. So we show this one. Maybe we get a chance to watch. Place. He went back in. Never mind when he took a wave to the fans when he came onto the ice. When he was leaving the ice, he bowed. That was classy. Add some fun and humor right there. Of course, the Ice Hawks just picked up Thomas Popa as a goaltender after they moved Shaughnessy out to Estevan. Apparently, it was Shaughnessy's request that he wanted to have a different team to play for. Far side again. They go inside again. Waits. They turn on the far side. Kosh throws it inside. We're in the last minute. Now they hustle their way back inside as Johnson comes in. Johnson, back pass off of the back wall. They fight for it. Paul picked it back up. Paul gives this one back out to Johnson again. At the blue line, Sullivan couldn't get control. It bounces, a high bounce all the way back out to center, and Costa grabs it. Costa to Sullivan. Sullivan back pass inside to Kosh. Kosh bumps with Foster, and it goes deep against the boards with Nordby picking it back up. Centering back out in front. Looks going in. Kosh takes a shot. Huge save on this one right there by Peters, and it was stopped. Peters underneath it. And the whistle goes. All 4 officials were in there, and they're going to make sure nothing transpires after that one. Let's take a look. Watch this play right there. You can see it all set up. Free pass going inside. Nordby come way out, about 10 feet outside of the blue paint to challenge the shooter. And Kosh went inside trying to get control, but to no avail right there. Sias actually went inside trying to get the rebound, but the play was stopped significantly. So from the draw, it goes off of the wall all the way back out the center with about a dozen seconds left in the third period and the final game for this year's Winter Classic. Dolan comes in, waits, back to Istefani, shot back around to Dolan, couldn't put it back inside the goal. They wait for it again, they grab it, and it rolls all the way back out the center. The buzzer goes! And the Tsunami are off the ice, and I'm guessing the way they're leaving the ice that they have a ferry to catch. They are gone. Chances are they might even just put their skate guards on and hit the bus. From here to North Vancouver for the bus ride. So we take a look at the way that all played out right now. We had 3 goals in the first, 2 for the Tsunami, 1 for the Pilots. Second period was all Tsunami. They scored all 5 goals. And the third period, the last goal and only goal in the third period was by the Abbotsford Pilots. Federer got his 5th of the season from Edwards. Penalty field contest right there. And take a look and scroll our ways all the way back up. Shots in the first period. Abbotsford Pilots outshot the Tsunami in the first period, 16-11. Second period, the Tsunami come back, retaliated, and they managed 18. Pilots only managed 4. And the third period, they've got them listed as 9-4 in favor of the Coastal Tsunami. Coastal Tsunami, 2 for 9 in the special teams. Abbotsford Pilots, 0 for 5 on the special team for penalty minutes. It's been real interesting. It's been an awful lot of fun right now. And, of course, day number 4, day 4, game 15. So I guess everybody's got to be going home. Was this game 14? Okay, I lost all track of numbers. It's been a long week for us out here, but we've had an awful lot of fun. And it's been a great time. I mean, this is what it's all about. The PGHL want to elevate their status to move themselves up to the next level of play, up to Tier 1 Junior A status, so they'll be eligible to play for a Canadian National Championship. With the one league pulling out of Hockey Canada, now they are an outlaw league considered. So there's a real situation going on, and it's going to see how it all plays out right now, because I don't think it's all over right now, but it's still right now unfolding. So nonetheless, it's great. These players have a chance to go up. Not just the players, the officials, as Larry Kraus mentioned earlier on. And it's been an awful lot of fun to do. It's been a great time, and it's been fun. We've had a chance to talk to a lot of different people. I've had a chance, brought Jamie Sesford in to help us out, Mike Bordigon as well. And it's been fun. Big ride from the first game to the last whistle right here for the 2024 PGHL Winter Classic. Dylan's done all the magic work you've seen on camera and all the replays and everything else. I can't take credit for that. My daughter would say, I'm just a talking head. Dylan does everything behind the scenes and helped us out. And it was really absolutely remarkable to see how everything all unfolded. Just the way it all played out, because it's been fun. We hope everyone's enjoyed all our broadcasts, all 4 games. And special thanks to you, the parents, for coming by our broadcast location up here in Minaroo and having a good conversation with it. We really appreciate the conversation. We appreciate all the kind words. And it's so nice to be able to talk to the parents, because the parents are what make the game. Yes, it's the players play, but without the parents coming out and supporting them, it'd be tough for us to come out and really do a good 100% professional broadcast for you, and we really absolutely try to do our best. On behalf of Dylan and the rest of the PGA, Trevor Alto, and everyone else connected with the PGHL for this 2024 Winter Classic. Hope everyone's enjoyed the call for the game. Happy New Year's right there, and we will see you in 2025 for next Winter Classic next year. But we're back because there's games starting January 1st tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your night. Travel safe. Please remember, if you go out tonight and party, New Year's Eve, please remember, wherever you travel, don't drink and drive. We don't want you to be a bad sport. We want you to be a good one. Don't drink and drive. We want the fire department and the police all safe, as well as you coming back and supporting the PGHL as we move forward into 2025. I'm Evan Dillon, everyone else with the league. I'm Steve Erickson. Thanks for tuning in till 2025. Happy New Year to you and yours. Till our broadcast next year. If you don't play sport, at least be one.